What's up, everybody? This is Karak with ACG. Let's talk a little bit about the industry news, and today I want to talk a little bit about Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, there was a leak that just got released today that was actually quite surprising. It was from www.trustedreviews.com. It was surprising because, as you guys know, I don't really like to cover any kinds of rumors here that are super long-term or something that's really far away because so many things change or somebody mistakes concept art for the end result. What happened here with trustedreviews.com is they actually were leaked some information about Red Dead 2 and held on to it and then compared it to various online trailers that were released after they were given that information. Once those trailers all started to match up with the information that they got, they decided to release all of the information they got in that leak. And we're going to discuss just a tiny bit of that information today. The first thing I want to talk about is a little bit about the delay. Now, a lot of people have wondered why this game might have been delayed. One of the multiplayer modes is Battle Royale, and it does make me wonder if possibly that addition is due to not only the stunning success that we've seen with PUBG on PC, but also later on the consoles. That's been an incredible success, and Battle Royale games are a big deal right now, and I can certainly see something like that pushing this out. But we also see some online components that I would consider most likely just reflections of GTA making it into Red Dead. Now, the first one, this is something I talked about on the podcast many months ago when I was a little nervous about these microtransactions getting into this game. And I was joking around about picket fence microtransactions, or DLC, basically replacing shark cards with donkey cards and really just giving you so many microtransactions is going to be hard to track anything because we have seen that with GTA Online, especially lately. And it does make me a little nervous. One of the leak parts does discuss camping tents, of all things, with customization just there. Another element to this leak, which I find really interesting, is main campaign and multiplayer will be fully playable in first person. Now, you can argue back and forth on how that changes the overall feel of the game, and I think that it can and certainly does, but they've actually indicated in these leaks that Rockstar is looking at doing different animations, completely bespoke animations for your first person and your third person gameplay. So it'll be interesting to see who plays what. I think many people will probably go for that first person gameplay, but that'll certainly change the overall feel of the title, and it's not necessarily good nor is it bad. Let's talk a little bit about the side activities. If anybody remembers, I've discussed the side activities a lot on the podcast. I'm a little bit nervous that if we have too many of them, it's just going to be a way for them to sell us different microtransactions to speed those up. It certainly does seem like we have a lot, including herding, which I'm assuming is just herding creatures from one spot to the other for slaughter, and then fishing with a number of places to fish in the game world and bait and tackle and all that kind of things. They also round out those rumors with the addition of being able to mine and end up finding craftables like plants and herbs. Now, the thing that bothers me a little bit about all that is when you mix all of those elements together, when it comes to interacting with live creatures like herding, or when you interact with fish, you at least have to choose your bait and tackle, or maybe you have to round up a steer or two that ends up going out of their way. The problem with usually mining and usually crafting of some kind when it involves plants is they are a static resource that is just sitting right there at all times. That, to me, gets me a little bit nervous that this is just going to be one of those situations in which a microtransaction can pop up and it's going to be very simple for somebody to pay to get through those quicker. But I think, like a lot of leaks, the most interesting bits are the parts that aren't spoken about, the microtransactions. There is no indication of microtransactions in these leaks, at least what was posted on the page, and that'll be interesting for all of us, I think, to sort of see how this comes out and what we're asked to pay when it comes to upfront, and if we are asked to pay like we do with GTA Online. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. If they do end up adding a mode that's first person for your single player and your multiplayer, I really do feel that that'll change the way you interact with the title. Whether you like it more or less, of course, will be up to each individual, but it is still one of those large changes to the game. Many changes that we see. It talks a little bit about in the leak about trains and customization of minecarts of all things, which we're just going to sort of have to see how that ends up bearing out. But when it comes down to it, this is a game that a lot of eyes are on. Not only fans of the game, but also other companies looking at what time to release their titles. And we start to see some of these leaks, and as we get closer to that release date in the fall, I think we'll see even more of these. And if we start to see them being matched up in different websites across different places with different sources, we're going to be able to sort of tack this down and say these things will appear in the game. Very interesting stuff. Again, if you get a chance, check out their website. It's www.trustedreviews.com. A link to the original story will be in the description as well, because that's only fair. This was their break. And honestly, I really love the fact that they held on to some of that information to verify it first. Anyway, that's it for me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down. Maybe check out Reddit, Twitter, or of course Patreon, where you can be a patron and continue to help me make reviews that aren't 2 minutes long or filled with sponsored bullcrap and discuss the news. Peace out and enjoy the rest of your week.